Hello everyone. Today our topic is what is ICT. So that is the first lesson of your book. Now let's see why we have to study ICT. So the technologies are advanced in these days. So we have to learn ICT with study that technologies. So with moving the society and everything in a perfect manner, we have to learn ICT. So when it comes to information, so information is more accessible with this ICT. So without ICT we can't even work with the information we have in day-to-day lives. So making knowledge more available to everyone, that is a good side of this ICT. So ICT helps people to communicate faster and cheaper than ever before. That's why we have to learn ICT. And then these are the fields that we use ICT. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. So in our vehicle tracking systems, in our schools, in our hospitals, in the supermarkets, in the banks, everywhere we use ICT. So we have to deliver service to the customers. For that, in those fields we need ICT. So now we are going to learn how ICT is used in education. These are the advantage. There are a lot of advantage when it comes to ICT with the education. You all also can learn it now. So now also you are doing that in your education field. You are learning from home. So you don't have a chance to go to the school. So you learn, you want ICT to learn yourself from home. So the advantages are promotes learning by doing approach. So that is a main advantage. And also ICT helps teachers to learn. So it helps students to do online exams. There are several ways that ICT helps in education. And then next, in the transportation, how we use ICT. Now how the ICT used in transportation. So we use ICT to book online tickets over the internet, and we control air traffic systems and the traffic jams using the computerized traffic light systems. And also we all know how to use GPS in transportation. And then ICT in banking. When it's come to banking, all the time these days people use their mobile phones with the banking application to log in and check the balance and transfer the money and all the things. So that is called online banking or the mobile banking. And also we use the automated systems with the ATMs. So here is the example. So we use an online banking to withdraw the money without going to the ATM and deposit it to the another account. So online banking allows customers to conduct financial transaction on a secure website. We might wonder the website is secure or not. So bank will ensure that the website is secure. You will see a padlock after the URL type in the website. So that means that is a secure website. So you can freely do your transaction there. So ICT in medicine, that is also helps a lot. When it comes to medicines, we use CT scans, ultrasound scans and ECGs, EEG, MRI scanners. All those things are work with ICT services. And then we are moving to a new topic, that is data and information. So when it comes to data and information, if you take data itself doesn't have a meaning. We can say data are raw facts. Examples, we can say text, numbers, words, symbols, images. Those are data. When we put those data together, we can get information. That means we basically process data to get information. Information has a meaning. When you go through this diagram, you can see at the top we are going to collect data and then we process data and then we get information. So there are different between data and information as we discussed. Data are of facts and it doesn't have meaning, but the information has meaning. So when we put data together, when we process data only, we get information. If you take this example, it says data, that is 100. 100, it doesn't have a meaning itself. When I say 100 miles, so when I put data together, it is an information. Now we can say 100 miles is quite a far distance. Without looking at the information, we can't say like that. Only looking at the data, we can't say that 100 miles is quite a far distance. And at the end, we can make decisions also. It is very difficult to walk 100 miles by any person. So that is the conclusion we came. So we can make decisions once we process data and get information. And if we take an information, there are characteristics of a good information. So what is information? We know that we process data together to get information. So information has a meaning and we can make decisions using that. So importance of good information is this. Go through this picture. Why is good information so important? To make correct decisions, as we discussed earlier. Okay, and then to make good decisions, we should have good enough information. So good information should contain these 5 characteristics. The first one, it should be accurate. Information should be accurate. So if the information are not correct, it can lead to unnecessary things. So we will be following unwanted things and the decisions may wrong. So take great care when data is inputted to the system. Once you input the data, you have to be ensure that the data is very accurate. Then only you get accurate information. Second feature is completeness. You have to take complete information before making the decision. That means you have to record every possible information or the data before you going for a decision. Next feature is consistency. So the information should be to the point. It should not more or no less. So if the informations are overloaded, so people also will face into a trouble. So if the information are too much, then it takes time to process. So there will be delays in time period. So you cannot deliver the last product, the final product at the given time to the customer. So those are the issues if you are not taking the consistent information. And the timeliness. So timeliness is also very important. Information should be available when it is needed. If you need the information and at that time the information are not processed up to the level you wanted, so that is called timeliness. You don't have the information at the time you want it, then you can't make the decision at that time. So keeping information up to date, selecting appropriate channels of information will reduce this risk. So those are the 4 characteristics. And the 5th one, uniqueness. What is uniqueness? Information must be unique. So you can't get information from the previous information systems that is already processed for that system. It should not be useful for the new system. So those information are unique for that system. So you have to make unique information for your system. Uniqueness is a very important point. Now I hope you all have some knowledge about what are the features of the information, good features, and how the ICT used in several fields. So we'll discuss some questions. First one, what are the fields we used ICT? Obviously we can't say that these fields only, there are every field we use ICT. So we can say as an answer, education, banking, transportation and medicine. second question, what are the 5 characteristics of information? So, timeliness, accuracy, completeness, consistency and uniqueness. Those are the 5 characteristics of an information. You have to choose the correct answer. Give an example for ICT in banking sector. So that is not e-learning, not telemedicine. Telemedicine is in the medicine side. Online booking we used in the transportation. So ATM is the answer. That is the thing we are using in the ICT with banking sector. And I hope you all have a nice session with me, and I hope you all enjoyed the lot and you have learned a lot. So thank you children. Thank you very much for being with me in this session.